Robert, congratulations on the film Killer Kate.
Thank you very much. It was fun to do, and I'm very pleased with the way it turned out.
I had the opportunity of screening it, and your character is scary.
Good. That is the idea.
Did you model it after any cult leader or anything like that?
No, just within the context of the character, what was going on with him and his struggles. It's like anybody else who is angry about one thing or another, and take things into your own hands. So that pretty much was the foundation for the character.
What was your reaction when you read the script, knowing that it was going to be that brutal?
I didn't read the full script till after I got the part, so I just had the sides for the character, and even that wasn't. It was a superficial grasp of what he was about. But then after reading it, I thought, yeah, this actually sounds like people in real life. People do go to that extreme because they feel, for whatever reason, that they don't have any power, and by taking things into their own hands, they've taken a degree of power, but then they've given up even more. They've given up their humanity.
Speaking of which, power, this is a very interesting girl power movie, do you think?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, it's kind of nice to see the girls get the upper hand. And it comes as a big surprise. I like that. And it does show people what you can do if you don't give up, if you don't surrender. So it's a nice story. I liked it.
Congratulations on Killer Kate, Preston.
Thank you very much. I appreciate it. Yeah.
I had the opportunity of screening the film.
Okay.
Wow.
Yeah. Did you laugh and you were scared at the same time, or?
It was bloody brutal.
Okay. Good. I think that was the idea.
How would you describe it? Horror, thriller, comedy?
I mean, I think what they were trying to do was a little bit of both. You know, I think it was a throwback to the John Carpenter. I know that Elliot has said that over and over, and so I think it was just kind of this nostalgia. And I think what they did with the female lead, with the comedy and the humor, was just this perfect mix, kind of a 80s throwback. So I think it's kind of a fresh idea with a female lead, and I love that. And then there's a little humor mixed up in between. So.
Can you share some story from the set? How gooey is the blood, and how gory does it get?
Yeah, I mean, luckily for me, my scene when I died, there was no blood on me. I just heard the shotgun, but I was there when the blood fell into Kate's mouth, into Alex's mouth. And apparently there's different flavors they can choose, like strawberry, cherry, and they had one shot to do it, and she just took all the cherry in the mouth. So yeah, luckily I didn't have any, but that's what she had to do. So.
That sounds delicious.
Yeah, it does. So let's put a cherry blood capsule.
What does this movie say about girl power?
I mean, that's the thing that I think is fantastic, is that there's a lot of movies right now that have strong female leads, but this also embraces it, but then allows it to also have a little levity and have fun with it. And I think that's something that's special about this movie, is that it allows that levity and all to laugh at it instead of be this like kind of a Kill Bill. So it allows us to laugh at this strong female lead, and we're all in on the joke, you know? And I think that's special.
Ashton, congratulations on Killer Kate.
Thank you. I'm happy to be here. Me and my girlfriend showed up today. We got invited to this fantastic event. The film is fantastic. Cast is fantastic. We're just happy to be here.
I saw the film.
You have seen the film?
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, good. So you know all the people who have been coming in here, and you can kind of do that. Yeah.
I gotta ask. The role of the pizza guy. Like, did you shadow any pizza guy? Is it what? Did you shadow any pizza guy for?
You know, everybody has a cousin. That's kind of just kidding. No, I really method, kind of thing. Really didn't do too much shadowing, but I could just kind of creatively kind of figure out, hey, this is a pizza guy. What is he doing with his life? And kind of take it from there, kind of thing. But it was just very fun, just acting like a lazy bum and just didn't really care about the situation. I just wanted to get the hell out of Dodge, if I can say that. So yeah, it was very fun. The whole cast is great. It's very fun just being a part of it and everything like that. Yeah, it was great. It was fun. Awesome.
I love your character. It's so funny.
Thank you. Yeah, I think a lot of people have said that. I'm like, oh, I didn't know. But yeah, thank you.
Did you, when you read the script by Elliot, were you surprised to find the mix of comedy and brutality?
Yes, actually. And really, I didn't even really read the full script. I just kind of read my bit because I was like, well, I'm just going to read my bit and I'm going to come in and I'm going to do what I do and get out. It wasn't until I saw the screening of it earlier this year, I was like, oh my gosh, this is very funny as well as brutal, gory, bloody, all that mess, especially for like Halloween because it's his season. But I had no clue the film would be as good as it is now. Not a clue. But I'm so glad it is.
What does this movie say about girl power?
It says a lot. It says women can roll around with a shotgun and blast some fools if need be. But yeah, women can do anything. Men can do anything. We're all equal. So, in my opinion. So that's all I'm going to say about that.
Congratulations on Killer Kate.
Thank you.
I saw the film.
Oh, wonderful, wonderful.
It was very brutal. I did not expect that at all.
It's a horror movie. What did you think you were getting into?
But it was also funny.
Yeah. There's a lot of comedic moments in it.
So what was your reaction when you first read Elliot's script?
I thought it was really fun. I just remember like laughing a lot and really enjoying the characters.
And talking about the bonding of these 4 characters, the girls. Did you do any bonding before the shooting?
We had some like costume fittings and things like that where we all met each other, and then we kind of really all came together really quickly. They're all honestly so talented and like just lovely people, so it was very easy to create chemistry.
For my fans, can you describe your character? Because your character is so cynical. I love that about her.
Yeah, I play Mel. She's, I don't know, she's full of piss and vinegar. Always angry about something.
Are you a lot like her?
No, I'm pretty lighthearted. I mean, I have a little edge to me, but I'm pretty lighthearted.
So how'd you tap into her character? Like, did you model it after somebody that you know?
No, a lot of it was just on the page, so it was pretty easy to like just go from what was written. Yeah.
Talking about the brutality or the violence of this film, what was that experience like?
Well, I've done a fair share of movies that have some violence in them. So not horror, but other movies. So the violence in this was actually like, it was heightened, so it didn't feel as serious because it's a little bit like Sam Raimi-esque, I guess. So it has that heightened sense of gore that it's real, but it like pushes that line a little bit. So I don't know, I thought it was fun.
So what does Killer Kate say about girl power?
Yeah, that like women are awesome, I guess. I don't know. Don't mess with them. Definitely don't call Kate a bitch because it becomes a problem.
I saw the film. Wow. That's a lot of blood.
Yeah.
What was that like? So much blood.
It was interesting for continuity for sure, but it was really fun. I'd never worked with that much blood before, so it was a new experience.
I hear that some of them are made of like strawberry and can get like in your mouth sometimes.
Yeah, it was all totally edible, nothing toxic.
What was your reaction when you read Elliot's script?
I loved it. I thought it was really heartwarming, and there was a lot of humanity and heart to it, but it was funny, and there was everything in it. Witty. Yeah, it was beautiful.
Did the 4 of you girls get to bond before the shooting?
We didn't really meet. We met once at a table read, but we all immediately clicked and got along so well. So it was so fun working with them.
All right.
Yeah.
So what was the most challenging part to shoot?
There was a certain scene with prosthetics that was a little tricky, but we figured it out in the end.
I know what you mean.
Yeah.
So what does this movie say about, what does Killer Kate say about girl power?
That we can do anything together. Yeah.
Would you also carry a barbed wire bat, if anything?
Yeah, I guess it doesn't hurt to have around.
But that's not your weapon of choice.
No, not necessarily. That's a great question.
This?
Yeah, words, then fists if necessary.
I love that.
Yeah,
You're a very peaceful lady. I love it.
yes, I try. Thank you.
Before I let you go, Halloween, what's your costume? What's your plan this year?
I'm actually going to be in the Angeles Forest with Wolf Dogs, this organization called Wolf Connection. They have a Halloween hike through the woods with the wolves. So that's what I'm doing.
That's an annual thing?
Yeah, yeah.
I don't know. Final question. The Deuce has been renewed for a final season. Are you coming back?
I'm not sure yet. I hope so.
Brandon, congratulations on Killer Kate.
Thank you so much. Thanks for having me, and thanks for being here. Why am I thanking you? I'm not sure. I'm happy to be here. Thank you.
Yes, I saw the film. Wow, like brutal.
Right? It's pretty intense. There's a lot. I haven't seen it myself. Spoiler alert. So you just spoiled the movie for me. I'm upset. I know. I obviously was a part of the movie and seen the script and everything, and yeah, it's pretty brutal, but I think it's also pretty exciting as far as your expectations go. You know, it doesn't go exactly where you might think it would go. So it was fun to be a part of for that reason.
Now, for my fans, can you describe your character?
So Terry is part of a family, a crew that likes to get up to trouble or likes to take the easy way out. How about that? Of a lot of situations, and so he kind of spearheads this plan to take advantage of some poor people. And what's great about Terry is he's a lot of fun to watch because he's got a lot of gusto, he's got a lot of excitement, but he doesn't always have the brains to back up what he wants to do, back up his plans. So he's a great character for that reason.
Now, this family, I mean, is it like a cult? I mean, I'm trying to understand it when I was watching the film. Like, what are they?
That's a great question. No, I think it's just this idea that, you know, they sort of live off the beaten path, and they run this hotel, and the idea is that, like, well, you know, we gotta make ends meet somehow, you know, in this economy, and so one easy way to do that is to prey on the innocent, and so you know, they come up with a scheme to sort of. I mean, they're not very good at their job. They're criminals who probably have only done a lot smaller things in the past. This is their first real shot at doing something, you know, very dangerous, but potentially very profitable. So they're taking a big risk, and they pretty much get what's coming to them. Spoiler alert.
I love the mix of the comedy and the horror. Talk a bit about what is it about Elliot's script that stands out or is unique compared to other movies like this one?
Well, I think, you know,
how is he as a storyteller?
I think there's a lot of fizz to it. It's like it harkens back to sort of a Sam Raimi style, where some of his earlier films, where or not even, I mean, even Spider-Man and stuff, where it's a lot of, you know, zippy dialogue and high stakes and a lot of tension. And, you know, some terror. I wouldn't say it's necessarily like I don't like to necessarily use the word horror a lot, except for certain things. This is more of a comedy comedy movie, where people unfortunately are terrorized. But there's you care about the characters. The script, you know, the script sets up a great. The whole backdrop is this sister relationship, and that sort of gets you to, you know, invest in the characters. And then when the plot starts unfolding, it makes it that much more intense because they're not just disposable characters. You know, you've come to appreciate what's going on in their backstory. So, yeah, it's fun for that reason.
So, congratulations on Killer Kate.
Thank you so much.
I had the opportunity of screening the film. It was something else.
All right now. Fun time?
Tell me about the four of you, the girls. Did you guys bond before filming? How'd you come? Because it's so convincing, the friendship between them.
That's because it's real. It was immediate. They're all, each of the girls is such a dynamic woman, like outside of, filming, that it's like, I mean, we had so much time, even just our downtime, we spent time talking and learning about each other. And I just think they're amazing women. And I think that just translated to the film. We had each other's backs. It was just a fun time. I think I could say this, I've never had this much fun making a film. It was everything.
For my fans, can you describe your character? Because the way I see it, your character is probably the naive one out of the four, maybe?
Okay, fine. I prefer to say she's an eternal optimist. But I think she's less naive and she's more willing to do whatever it takes to fit in. So it's maybe not that she's not aware. It's just maybe that, she wants to fit in and she wants everyone to be happy. What's wrong with that?
Are you like that as well?
I don't know what you're talking about. Of course I'm like that. When I read her character, I was like, pick me. Pick me. So it was really cool.
This is also physically challenging and very brutally violent. Can you talk a bit about shooting some of those scenes?
Absolutely. I think probably all of the things that were that looked the most brutal were I don't know if I'm allowed to say that, they were rigs. So they were on my body, but I didn't feel impact or anything like that. Probably the most fun I had was like crawling through sand, like that kind of thing, or like running upstairs. Just running in general was pretty fun.
Well, you carried that thing really well, the scissors thing. What do you call it?
When it's life or death, you gotta go for it. You get strength you never knew you had. So,
what does Killer Kate say about girl power?
Killer Kate says about girl power that no matter what life hands your way, you're always prepared. Absolutely. Yeah, because we're so inventive. I mean, when you watch the film, there's so many different ways that we protect ourselves that we're dynamic. We're a dynamic species.
Elliot, congratulations on Killer Kate.
Thank you. Yeah, thank you very much.
So I had the opportunity of screening it. Wow.
You like it?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, good.
I mean, I did not expect so much brutality and violence, but also it was funny.
Oh, good. Yeah, it's definitely a horror comedy, so we wanted it to be funny. We want the audience to have a good time. We didn't want it to be a total fright fest. And comedy comes very naturally to me, so we definitely plugged in a lot of comedy. It's a little bit of there's moments of parody without going too over the top, I think.
Yeah, and horror comedy is like few far between. Last time I remember was Tucker and Dale versus Evil.
Yeah. We get a lot of comparisons to that film.
That's right. I was going to ask, talk a bit about how gory did you actually want this movie to be?
I would have pushed it gorier if we didn't, budget and schedule on a movie like this. It's a true grindhouse film, right? So we shot the thing in 10 days. I would have pushed it further if I could. I'm excited, I'm excited about where it's at. I think it's violent enough, and a lot of the feedback has been that it is violent, and I like that. But I'd like to play with violence in the future. I'd like to make a movie that's real brutal. Just having fun in the horror genre, trying to change the pace a little bit, play with the genre. I'd love to, make a gory movie.
Was it intentional to have 4 female leads as your characters?
Absolutely. When we wrote the script, we intended it to be 4 female leads. The girls did a great job. Abby, Amaris, Danielle, and obviously Alex, my wife, plays the main character. And it's just fun that way. It's different. Not every horror movie or Cabin in the Woods movie goes for women, right? And they don't get to fight back necessarily. And in this movie, we wanted to do that. We wanted to turn the genre on its head a little bit, have these girls kind of fight back halfway through. And it really just becomes like an awesome, women taking on the bad guys kind of thing.
I love that. So, last question. Halloween, what's your costume? What's your plan this year?
So nobody knows this, but my wife and I are going to go as Wayne and Garth. Yeah, and she's going to play Wayne. No, I'm sorry, I'm going to play Wayne. She's going to play Garth. She's got the long blonde hair, so she'll frill it out. And, yeah.
I love that. And do the Bohemian Rhapsody too in the car.
Exactly, right? And we're going to get that car. No, I wish. But licorice. That's a great idea. Yeah.
Final question. Killer K 2?
There's a movie we were working on called Savage Sarah.
Okay.
So you've seen the movie, right?
Yeah.
So Sarah's not dead.
Uh-huh.
Okay. And Savage Sarah.
Okay, so it's like a spin-off.
Yeah, so she comes back for revenge in almost like a Kill Bill kind of way.
Elliott's an amazing director, and the cast is incredible. I mean, their willingness to just change direction, you know, if we want to do something different on set, to improv, to go with what we had, you know, it was a treat. And when you have people that good, a director that good, you know, it's hard to miss. And I think we were all lucky to have them.
What is the significance of having female lead characters for this one?
The significance is that they're strong characters, I think. They're amazing actresses. And when it comes to the story, it was the right thing for the story. You know, we weren't too focused on that element of it. It felt natural for us to write it. We had a lot of input. We did a lot of reads and made sure that it felt authentic and real. And, you know, it was important for us to represent the way that it might really go down. So we were really lucky to have these women on board. I mean, they're incredible, incredible talents.
Is there going to be Killer K 2? Spin-off?
We're thinking about maybe a spin-off / sequel. It's another alliterative title. I don't want to say what it is yet because it's kind of a spoiler for this movie. So if you watch Killer Kate and you like it, maybe there's another one coming.
Alex, congratulations on Killer Kate.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
So what's it like being the title character, Killer Kate?
It was great. I'm really grateful for the opportunity and that my husband wanted to direct me in this film. It was a lot of fun. Kate's a great character with cool relationships. I had the opportunity to work with some really amazing actors and talented crew.
Now, I saw the film. Can you describe for my fans? Because I think that your character wants to set off on her own path compared to her sister. Is that correct?
Yeah, absolutely. I think in the beginning she does. I think that there's a lot of regret, maybe animosity for kind of how Kate feels she's been left. I think she's a little bit selfish in that aspect as well, because she's kind of been doing all the work. She was left at home. But I think throughout the film she realizes how important and her truth is that she does love her sister. And at the end of it, she misses her sister and really wants to fix that relationship, which is why our movie, I think, is so unique, because it really, at its core, it's about family, you know, whatever that is to you, and that being the priority. And then, of course, we throw all the gore and the fun and all of that into it, which just makes the movie a blast.
Speaking of throw all the gore and the fun, what was it like being thrown all that blood on you?
You know, I have a theater background. That's where I started. So heavy makeup and effects are not new to me. I more had sympathy for the wardrobe and the makeup department having to recreate those looks. But it was a lot of fun. I got super used to it. I hope I can do more horror movies because I've been saying it's just another accessory. Yeah.
Now, your husband, I love how the mix between the comedy and the horror blends so perfectly. Can you talk a bit about that aspect? Because last time I saw a movie that hilarious and bloody was Tucker and Dale versus Evil, I think.
Yeah, a lot of people have compared it to that. Also, like Shaun of the Dead and that kind of balance. Certainly, the tongue-in-cheek thing was very important. We wanted to balance the humor and the horror aspect of it. You know, it's definitely a diverse film in that it's kind of a family drama and a comedy and thriller, suspense, and horror all blended into one. So that was really fun to work with. Very a cool element to play in. I'm so glad you enjoyed it because yeah, that was the goal from the start. You know.
Killer K2?
You know, I don't know. You're not the first person to suggest it. We've been talking about, like, would the next one be about Kate or would it be one of the other girls who died, or did they?
you know? So we'll see. But I would for sure take it on. I love the character.
I told your husband I love the barbed wired bat. Hopefully I'll get one of those too.
Yes. It's a razor wire bat, not to be confused with barbed wire, which everyone knows is Lucille from Walking Dead. But it was super fun, cool to play with the prop weapons, you know, that and a shotgun that I got to kind of learn how to use because I didn't want to look like a fool who didn't know how to use it. So yeah, it was great. I love the action side of it.
Last question before I let you go. Halloween, what's your costume? What's your plan?
I can't give away our costume because my husband won't let me, but we are doing a couple's costume that's really funny, which is totally fitting to his sense of humor. But we're going to be going to the Magic Castle for Halloween. I hear they have a really cool theme, so we'll spend our night there watching magic and just being nerdy.
I'll dress up as Killer Kate.
Please do. I'll send you a bat and you can just use that. Yeah.